Garrett says, what's something we can do to rapidly start scaling up content production on our websites and drive stacks for maximum relevance? Looking to really get into content marketing as my blog hasn't had posts added recently, and I would really like to scale things up going forward. Appreciate your tips on this. Well, there's a few things. Number one, use AI writing assistants. They're starting to pop up everywhere, actually. My team is still using Conversion AI, or it's been renamed as Jarvis now. But we just more recently started, and actually just this week, started really testing some of the AI writing in outranking.io. Played around with a little bit of the AI writing in phrase.io. So, and there's a bunch of them now. Like you can go to AppSumo now and find AI writing assistant tools there for, I'm assuming, lifetime deals. The problem is, and it's not really a problem, but it's not just about outputting content, right? Because the AI writing tools can help you to do that very, very quickly with very little effort. But it's how you tune or optimize the content. So that's where you need to have, if you're just using an AI writing assistant, for example, Jarvis, then you also need to, add on or integrate it with some sort of content tuning or SEO content optimization tool, such as Surfer, which integrates with Jarvis.
Yep.
Or outranking.io, like I said, has its own kind of AI writing assistant built into it now, which it actually could very well potentially eliminate the need for Jarvis. And I've been using Phrase, Jarvis, and Surfer. My blogger has been anyways for the last couple of months, and it's been working great. However, it's 3 different tools, and Outranking looks like it's kind of combined all 3 of them into one. We just started really hard testing it this week, so I can't speak 100% whether we're going to replace the other 3 tools with the one. It's looking that way, but I don't know yet. But as I said, there's other tools out there that will do that. And Surfer is not the only one. More recently, I've been testing inlinks a lot. There's a lot of really cool features in inlinks.
Yep.
Really cool features in inlinks that I think it is probably the best entity analysis tool that I've tested so far. So I'm kind of the one doing the fine tuning of content once my blogger gives it to me. But there's, just like I said, there's a lot of tools out there that will do that. So again, just to get back to it, is play around with some tools until you find one that you like the workflow in, right? And then those are the ones that I would suggest. Then create some, process docs for any assistants so that you can outsource that to assistants. They don't need to be SEOs if they have those tools to be able to produce content very rapidly and then tune it for you. Even if you want to be the one to kind of give it the final edit or final approval before it gets published, which is kind of what I've been doing with my blogger. She does all the production and she does the outlines, then fleshes out the outlines, then she tunes the content, and then she sends it to me, and I typically will run it through inlinks as kind of a last final tuning that I do. And I like to do that myself right now, but that's probably something I will eventually delegate also. So that would be my first suggestion. Go ahead, Marco.
No, I was going to say delegate it to her.
Yeah.
Because my VA, my content writer, everything is delegated to her. And then she oversees the rest of the team. I might pop in from time to time into inlinks to see what they're doing. I might pop in from time to time into Surfer and everything else. But I mean, they write so well that I can just let them go. With still, they still need some oversight, right? I still need to make sure that they're doing it, that they're doing things the way they're supposed to be doing them. And then we're delivering it to people in for example, the mini mastermind that I run in conjunction with Semantic Mastering Heavy Hitter, the Dire Wolf mini mastermind. Most of them get content from my VAs because they write so well and it works so well. We're using right now probably 7 different pieces of software because they each do something different. I have now found one single piece of software that does everything that I needed to do, the way that Jordan showed it in POFU Live 2020, and the way that I've extended it through using other software so that we can extract even more entities, add more, so that we can tune it better or rewrite it better. It's just different software does different things, right. And we just have to find the right combination. And you have to have the right people who will know what to do with the processes that you give them.
So, and here's another one that I tested with for a little bit, and I like this one. This was on page.ai, on dash page.ai. This one was pretty cool because it had some features for kind of checking backlinks, existing backlinks to see what the, kind of the topical themes of the links that were pointed to your money pages have. So you can go back and actually tune content that, from existing backlinks if you have access to it and that kind of stuff. This one's pretty cool. I played with that one. But one of the other things was that I was going to mention was, besides just using AI writing assistants, one of the other things you can do is, this is a tool from Mike Martin called Page Rewriter. There's probably other tools that do this too. I think Mentorprise.io can do something similar. Mentorprise, well, it spins it. Forget spinning, because I'm not talking about spinning, but
No.
and this will spin, and Mentorprise.io will also spin. But what these kind of tools do is, Page Rewriter, Mentorprise, is it will go out and scrape all the content for a specific search query that you add, and pull all of the content in, broken up into sections. So like all the H1, all the titles, all the H1s, all the H2s, H3s, all the paragraphs within the body. And so from the top 10 or 20, 10 to 20 organic ranking results for whatever query you put in. And so one of the things you can do, and that I've been doing a lot for recently for like link building stuff specifically, is going in and using this tool. I use this tool. I've been using Mentorprise too, but I more recently have been using this one. And I'll go in and I'll put my search query in, and it will pull all of the content in, and it breaks it up. So like each paragraph, for example, from all 20 top 20 results will be available in the sidebar. And if I just click on it, it copies that paragraph into the editor section of the screen, if that makes sense. So what you can do is go in and mix and match paragraphs and headings and things like that from already ranking content. Does that make sense? And then you can go take it over to a paraphrasing tool like Quillbot.com, for example. There's another one called WordTune. That's the one Marco pointed out to me a while back. That's a Chrome extension, and will work right inside of Google Docs and stuff. There's a lot of paraphrasing tools. Jarvis will do this as well, although not in such large blocks. Outranking.io will do it. Phrase.io will do it now. So you can actually just copy, create an article from other people's content, mixed and match bits and pieces of other people's content, and then paste it into a tool like this. And with the premium, you can do up to 10,000 characters at a time and paraphrase it. And so you can actually put stop words in. Like, I'm not logged in right now, but you can put, when I am logged in, you can actually put stop words or freeze words in, things like that, so that you can tell it, okay, these specific named entities, I don't want it to be rephrased, and that kind of stuff. And you can get really good output that's unique, that you can go, put it through Copyscape or Plagiarism Checker or something like that, and see once it gets down to an acceptable level. And a lot of the times it will, with just, one pass, go through. Now you've got content that you didn't really have to produce. You just kind of had to retune it, so to speak. If that makes sense. And that's kind of this is a real, like, I stopped spinning stuff because Google can, like, the NLP algorithm is so good with Google now, it can smell spun content from a mile away. So like, don't spin shit anymore. Just rephrase stuff. And there's so many good AI tools out there that will do that for you now. You don't need to, if that makes sense. Any comments on that?
Yeah, I love Quillbot. We just showed that
Yeah, I
last
do
week
too.
in Syndication Academy. In fact, I had Essie walk people through on how to use Quillbot.
It's great. It really is.